Easy money, fast money, real money. That's what I'm going to talk about on this segment of the Gig Geezer. If this is your first time checking out the Gig Geezer, if you're a returning visitor of the Gig Geezer, thanks for coming by. And if you would not mind, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Before I get into any of the actual content, I want to take time out to acknowledge a couple of subscribers of the Gig Geezer channel. One is a longtime subscriber. In fact, I ran into him earlier today, Sunday, August 25th, 2024. He is Mr. Brian Cato. I mentioned him a couple of years ago in the Gig Geezer segment because we kind of crossed paths. He was leaving with an order, and I was coming in to pick up an order. He's like, Mr. Gig Geezer, Mr. Gig Geezer. And what he does again today, I'm going to drop off an order, as is he, and we kind of cross paths again. Mr. Gig Geezer. I didn't remember his name. He mentioned his name, Byron. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who he is. Well, I wasn't able to have a conversation with him, but I remembered his name. The other person that I want to just acknowledge, he's been a viewer of the channel. He didn't mention if he subscribed though, but I want to acknowledge a guy named Mr. Noel Davis. I hope that is the way his name is pronounced. I happen to be coming back from a last mile gig delivery opportunity today, and he rolled down his windows like, yeah, man. Yeah, I be checking out your channel. I like your stuff. Your stuff is real helpful. And I'm like, thanks, man. I didn't say you made my day like I often would tell somebody, but he really did make my day, because I was actually on the phone with another subscriber, someone who is actually a fast friend of mine, and we were talking about just the state of the business, and I stopped that conversation to carry a conversation with Mr. Davis. And again, I'm very appreciative of y'all, you two guys, for just letting me know that you check out my content, and my content has had some type of a positive impact with you. Now, I want to get into the topic: fast money, easy money, and real money. I know I mentioned it in no particular order there, but it's fast money, easy money, fast money, real money. Now, this is all related to the ownership and operation of a Spinner SAS cargo van, but also just gig economy in general. What I see how people have been enamored by the gig economy because of the opportunity to earn money. In some cases, earn extra money. And for others, it's been, in the past, it's served a purpose of tying you over when you've been in a transitional situation, like in between jobs, or you just moved to a new town, whatever, a transitional situation. Personally, I've shared how I started in the gig economy, and that's been almost 8 years ago. Mid-September would be 8 years, and my reason for getting into it is because I was looking for extra money and the flexibility of being able to earn, help support my daughter. She was working towards her undergrad, and I was also going through the transition of forming my own insurance agency at that time. So there was a lot of financial pressure on me, and so I happened to check out some postings about Uber and Lyft, and back then I did my quick homework. I saw where folk were supposedly making like anywhere between $25 and $35 an hour. I wasn't so much caught up on the $25, $30 an hour. I was just caught up on something that appeared to give me flexibility to earn extra money. And so I submitted my information on a Tuesday, and that Friday of the same week, I had I had picked up my first ride on the Uber app. Now, I didn't see it as easy money. I didn't see it as quick money or fast money. I just saw it as extra money earned. And what also was kind of different for me was that this was money that I would have much quicker access to, because as an insurance agent, most of my money, just about all my money, is accessible once a month. I have once a month commission drops, and so being able to access money like within about 2 weeks, because of the way you start out on Uber, I was cool with that. In fact, that first weekend, I completed like five or it was less than 10 rides, but I recall earning like $135 that Friday and Saturday combined, and that's what got me going on in the gig economy. And within a couple of years, within what 3-4 years, I was up to like $5,000 a month. Within a few years, I was up to earning $5,000 a month, and then within a few years from that point, I've been sharing how I've been hitting $10,000 a month. Not this month, but I have shared those type numbers over the past 12 to 14 months, previous 12 to 14 months. So, how do I define fast money, or at least what are some of the pitfalls? I believe some of the pitfalls of fast money is the glorification of what us content creators have created by what we've uploaded. Again, I can talk from experience that when you're in a situation where you're looking to make some money, and you look at enough material here on YouTube or other social media outlets, and you're seeing how these people are making $40 here, $50 here, $100 here, and all. Now you're thinking, hey, if I can get in on some of that stuff, I can make me some fast money that I need to address my personal situations. I got bills to pay. If you're a guy, you may be in a family situation where you got child support to pay, or your child needs to go to the dentist. Your child needs lunch money, things like that. And so you need money like last week. And if you can get on an app in which you may be able to go out and make $50, $60 and have access to that money basically the same day, oh yeah, that sounds that appears very attractive. It sounds very attractive. Because I've been in this for as long as I have, my thinking is tempered by that, and I've mentioned from time to time how I try to take responsibility for the content that I put out there. I don't want to sell people dreams, as what some say. I don't want to sell people false information, because if you have this expectation based on what you've seen and you're not able to achieve that, then guess what? Now all of a sudden, I'm part of the problem. I'm a part of the problem. I didn't help you reach your solution. At least that's what's the intent of my putting together content here on the Gig Geezer channel. Now, I've talked for about 7 or 8 minutes. You know how it goes. If you like the content that's been provided in this segment of the Gig Geezer and any other segment of the Gig Geezer, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Before I go any further, before I continue with this current discussion, what I want to do is segue into how this gig delivery that I'm on, which is going to be from my last one for the week, how it came about, and then we're going to resume the conversation. All right, so I am parked outside of what's going to be my last delivery opportunity for this current work week, which ends today, Sunday, August 25th, 2024. I am at $1.90 for the day, and for the week I'm at just a tick under $1,698. This order is going to get me to $200 for the day on a Sunday. I've not seen $200 on a Sunday in a while. In fact, here's the last time I hit 200 on a Sunday here in the Columbia, South Carolina metropolitan area. Basically, the weekends are a graveyard for, at least for me. It may not be for others, but for me, typically weekends have become abysmal. In fact, what I look to do is hopefully earn $100 over the weekend. The way the gig food delivery apps have gone for me, I'm just I try to get one here, maybe get one there. I try to get maybe an Instacart or something to that effect, maybe a last mile gig delivery app, and just call it good. Basically, I've resigned myself to trying to make what I can between Monday and Friday. Now, what I can say though is that what I can say is it appears that I have made some incremental recovery from a summer nadir from a couple of weeks ago, in which I earned at least for me, $1,371. Last week I improved to just tick over 1,400, and this week I should be over 1,700. Those are numbers that are still not typical Gig Geezer numbers, at least numbers that I've been known to be sharing on this channel over the past year. For those of you who are not familiar with the Gig Geezer channel, for the past year, particularly in my ownership and operation experience of a sprinter/cargo van, what had become a benchmark number was $2,000 a week. Now, am I obsessed with those numbers? I can't say that I am, but I just look at it as a benchmark number that at least for a good while, for the better part of a stretch of 12 months or better, for a better part of about 12 to 13 months, in which that was a number that I'd attained on a consistent basis. Now, what's interesting about this particular week is that most of the all the work that was done this particular week was based out of Columbia, and I may have gone to a different location, but everything was based out of Columbia. There were no brokered opportunities that I completed. In fact, last week there were no brokered opportunities that I've completed. In fact, I've not completed a brokered opportunity it's been over 2 weeks now since I've completed a brokered opportunity. That's been non-existent. In fact, I've not even approached a load board in about 2 weeks as well. I shared in a recent segment how it appears that maybe I've priced myself out of being considered with some brokers. In fact, one particular broker that I've completed a lot of loads for, they've not approached me by text message or even called me in over 2 weeks. The last time I spoke to them, there was one that they pretty much snowed me on. It was a run that I'd done multiple times, and they snowed me over, said, oh, it's already gone. And then subsequent to that one, I dealt with someone who he wanted to sweat me over whether I would be able to get there by a certain time. And his last words were, well, I'll see if I can get it approved. Well, I don't think it was so much as about me getting there by a desired time. It was about money, because what I was looking for, my history for that particular run had been $50 more than $50 to $75 more than what they had posted on the load board. And before that one, I'd noted in a previous Gig Geezer segment how I had we could not come together on terms, and we were $25 apart. So that's kind of the way it's been for me lately with the brokered opportunities. And so that has also led to my having the down month that I'm experiencing right now. But I'm about to go inside, pick up this order, and I'm going to continue the conversation about easy money, fast money, and earned money. Okay, I'm actually leaving the drop-off location for that Uber Eats order. It should pay like $10 and change and get me over 200 for today. and over 1,700 for the week, as I mentioned in the inset. Now, I want to talk about easy money. Easy money. Now, there's nothing wrong with easy money. How to make easy money. In fact, that's like the best situation when you can say that I made some easy money. Along with that fast money, I've always believed that there's a certain amount of responsibility that we have to take when we share content here when we share content on our YouTube channels. And the reason being, it's one thing to talk about how you earned $45 in 10 minutes and you only drove around the corner. But how often does that happen? And we're talking about in 2024. Now, it was possible back in 2020, 2021 during the shutdowns to make that type of money. I mean, with the food delivery orders, it was nothing to make money like that. I mean, you almost want to say that was an aberration, because prior to 2020, you weren't making money like that. And obviously since 2022, late 2022, we haven't been making money like that. So you almost have to forget about that particular era, the shutdowns, because granted that a lot of people came onto the gig economy back in that era. A lot of those same people have gone back to their W-2s and all. But for those of you who are on here, it appears to me, in my opinion, you also have been enamored by what appears to be easy money earned. Now, one thing that I've shared from time to time is I try to give you the story behind the numbers and the numbers behind the numbers. I am guilty of not documenting each delivery and each delivery interaction because I don't have multiple video sources, as I've explained many a times. But I have from time to time shown certain delivery situations. Now, again, I'm not against easy money. I've had some brokered opportunities that were easy money. I mean, real easy money when you consider what I was delivering for the money that I earned. Yes. But what I'm getting at is I've noticed that is the trend now. Folk are now showing content that shows how you make money in this short period of time. But you're not showing, maybe what you did that day or that week or that month. And that tells me that if you were making the money that you really want to be making, that would have been in your content. So that tells me what you're doing is you're kind of leading people along by showing, yes, I'm doing this and I earned this, but there's a story still behind that story. Now, you can take it for what it's worth, but that's something that I would venture to challenge other content creators, because some of those same content creators, when they did hit $2,000 in a week, they let everybody know that they made 2 G's that week. If they made $400-500 in that day, they let everybody know that they made $400-500 that day. So that tells me how the market has changed. But yet, to keep yourself relevant with your content, it almost becomes clickbait to say, hey, this is easy money. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with easy money. There are times where you do make easy money, but then depending on what you're doing, if it's gig food delivery work, you may have to put in a little bit of effort. If it's catering opportunities and it's a big catering opportunity, that food is not light. All that food is not light, man. When you have to carry all that meat, the hot food, the cold food, the drinks, I promise you, you're gonna put in a little bit of work to earn that money. I promise you. And I'm basing that off of having completed catering. Having completed more than 30 individual catering orders in which I earned over $100, at least a half dozen in which I earned over $300, another dozen or so in which I earned over $200. I know what I'm talking about. Now, Money earned. That's the last topic that I want to cover on this particular segment of the Gig Geezer. And again, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button. Give my content a thumbs up. Share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Money earned is going to be really the shortest thing I want to talk about, because money earned is very subjective. Because, and what I mean by it's subjective is because it's based on your expectations, your needs, the goals that you set for yourself. One thing I was taught: fast money spends as fast as you get it. But if you go out there and earn that money, you really go out there and earn that money's not going to be spent as fast, because there's a certain appreciation for what you did to get it. And so, in this particular segment of the Gig Geezer, a guy named Robert, he mentioned about how you need to put back some money for those times when you don't earn that type of money. And that's a very wise thing. That's not something that I have mentioned in any of my segments of the Gig Geezer after all these years, but I'm mentioning it for this time because it is a very wise statement. But what I'm getting at is, when you're out there, when this is really what you do, there's a different attitude that you have with going about your business. This really becomes your business. This really becomes your income. This becomes your livelihood. For me, it is basically my livelihood, because at this stage in life, it is not likely I'm going to earn six figures as I have in a W-2 situation. It is not likely that I'm going to hit six figures as an insurance agent unless I put in about 2 years of some serious work, or I catch the right commercial opportunities, and I have to catch them month after month after month after month after month in order to hit six figures. Because the insurance game is not what it was 10 years ago. It is not. In fact, the last time I had a conversation with someone about insurance, he said basically he spent most of his time trying to talk guys off the ledge. So I know for me that the gig economy, brokered opportunities, the ownership and operation of Sprinter Chefs Cargo Van, this is what I'll be doing for a while. And so, again, when you have a different mindset, when you're going about this as a business, it's a different mindset. It's a different animal. You look at money different than you do when it's spare change. It's for fun. It's extra money. It's quick money. It's easy money. It's just a completely different mindset. And if you want to find out some of the things that I've shared about in my channel, just go through my archive, and you'll see some content in which I've actually shared similar thoughts and actually devoted entire segments towards that. So that's all I have to share for this segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button. Give my content a thumbs up. Share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. I'm Inwood Lane. As always, may your grind and may your hustle continue.